Good morning, welcome to the video. It's Monday the 8th of September and it's Groundsfest week, so that should be pretty cool. So it starts off Monday today, so it's worked out quite well this week. Normally if it was a mowing week, what I would do is I do Tuesday's mowing on the Monday. I was going to say Soltex, that's not what I mean. Groundsfest on the Tuesday, Wednesdays on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. It's the off week now, so it's the projects or the lawn care side of things this week, so that works out quite well. So today, Monday, we're going to be doing stump grinding. If you remember, I bought a stump grinder home on Thursday, was it? So we've got 2 stumps to do now. Depending on time, I've got 2 quotes to do. One was the one that I was really interested in. I just haven't been able to get around there yet, so I'm hoping to go around this afternoon. I've also got another quote from the summer, which I went to quote originally, and the lawn was completely dormant. So I explained that actually they had 2 options. One was to just wait until the autumn for the lawn to get some more moisture back into it, or start regularly watering. But then they were going to have to start watering like a pre-water game to get the lawn, get some kind of life into it. And then obviously there was the watering they were going to have to do afterwards. Hosepipe pans and everything else, or potential for hosepipe bans, I sort of suggested they're probably better off just leaving it. So I'm just going to go back now because I haven't seen it since the start of the summer, just to see what kind of state it's in. One with the large lawn with the robot mower has said the robot mower's up the blink or whatever, so the grass is growing, so he's asked if he can get a cut. So I might go in there as well. So quite a busy day as it turns out. 2 quotes. I could spend as much time all day at the stump grinding job, but I will try and get this guy's lawn mowed as well. And then tomorrow, Groundsfest. I might show a little bit on this bit, but normally what I do is a standalone Groundsfest video, so we'll just have to see on that one. Hopefully I'll have time to do it. I always try and get that video out nice and early, so if you're watching this, it should, if I've done it, it's out already. Wednesday's going to be flail mowing. To be honest, I wanted to do all this a couple of weeks ago, but just issues of getting access to the machinery, because it was all sort of locked away and I couldn't, where it's kept, the guy was away. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about it, but it's my own fault really for not being proactive enough. So what I need to do is basically get this out, get that out, and then at least get the hater, which doesn't work, put in there in its place. I'll probably leave that hater on in case I do get time to cut the guy's lawn. However, I did want the scarifier out, which is way at the back, so we'll just have to play that bit by ear. Anyways, for the minute, we need to get this out. Okay, so this is quote 1. I don't know if I showed you this last time when I came out. Just come here to sort of remind myself of the lawn now that there's a bit of greenery back. So essentially it's 2 lawns. And then you go next door, and then there's another lawn, and that's next door's garden. So, well, used to be. So this is going to be the secondary lawn, so this will just be treatment only. Lots of yarrow in there, and then this one the same, lots of yarrow, clover, all the weeds, dandelions. So what we'd look to do is just sort of level these corners up and just around the edge. Yeah, get this one looking good. Okay, so we're just down the road now and we are at the stump grinding job. So this is the first stump. This is, obviously it's really rotten and really old, but we want to get rid of that. This is, okay, it's not particularly nice lawn. Remember, this is a lawn that I did renovate in the springtime, then it didn't receive any water until the rain came last week. So it was what it was. But while we're going to have another go at it, and we are going to yeah, get that out. Now, I did have one comment on when I mentioned I was going to be doing it, on how would I go about pricing. So the truth is I don't know what the going rate for stump grinding is, whether it's done via size or whatever it is. So I'm just operating on a basis of how long the job takes me, plus higher costs with obviously some interest on top. And I think that's the only way I can really kind of do it, as I'm not au fait with the general goings on of the stump grinding world. Now this is something I've done before at the golf club, but I wasn't timing myself. So what I am going to do is I've got two I need to do, one in the back garden which is bigger. So what I will do is I will treat them as both as sort of individual jobs, in the sense that I will take the time of what it takes to set up for one, how long it takes to stump grind it, how long it takes to do the clear up. That's a big thing with stump grinding, is the clear up, and kind of what kind of hole it leaves. So how much soil do I need to put back in, because obviously you're just leaving a big hole otherwise, potentially. Also with this one here, we're going to try and get rid of as much as we can. The one out the back, that's in the kind of the rougher area of the grass, so there's not so much, we just want to kind of get rid of it, so we could run a mower over without sort of smashing into it. So what we'll probably do there is just go 4 inches below the surface and then fill it in. I'm aware that in time it will decompose and it will sort of go a low spot, but that's, you know, that's in years and years time. And as I say, it's a rough area, so there's already dips and lumps and stuff anyway, so even if it did sink badly, it would be no different to any of the other areas there. So that's kind of the sort of the standard in which I'm going to be setting on the back ones. Say the front one, we're going to try and get all of it out because we want that to be quite a nice area. So so yeah, that's kind of how I'm operating it. So yeah, I'm just going to take the start and finish time, and then I'm going to also take a note of how long the stump grinding takes, and also how long the clear up takes, and the kind of a rough estimate on size of the stump. So then if I can then take that time and also then work out how much it cost me to do it in the future, when someone says, oh, I've got a stump, it's of this circumference, I can go, oh, okay, well, I know that's a 3-hour job or a 2-hour job or whatever it may be. You know, the stump grinding's quite quick, but it's the getting to and from and all the other things which go into it that kind of build up that sort of price. Okay, so that is pretty much that. It was a bit awkward. It wasn't just a solid stump, it was lots of kind of roots all sort of meeting in the middle and things like that. So it's taken about 20 minutes to, and I've stopped a couple of times to kind of rake out the crap, if you like. So what I'm going to do now is just rake out all the obvious bits of wood, and then try and get some of that soil back in there, just to otherwise you're just throwing soil away for no reason, really. You're never going to get all the bits of chippings out, so I'm not too worried about that too much. It's just the obvious bits. I don't want bits like this in there, because you know they will decompose over time. And as I say, this is a bit of a formal lawn here, so yeah, we'll rake this out and then push some of the soil back in. Okay, so there you go, that's that done basically. What I would do is just level it off with a bit of soil, but we're going to be bringing in lots of soil next week to do the whole of the lawn, so I'm just going to leave it as it is for the moment and then sort it out then. Okay, so as I say, this is sort of the rough area. There's the formal lawn over there. So this is about 2 foot in circumference, 2 foot wide, I guess, and about 1 foot high. So I've just dug around the edge just to expose it as much as I can. Here we're just going to go below the surface a few inches, and that's as good as we need to do on this one. So this is a bit of a weird one. It's raining, but there's blue sky. was raining quite hard actually. This was the driest day of the... I'm dusty, aren't I? Crikey. This was supposed to be the driest day of the week, I think. Soltex tomorrow. Soltex tomorrow. It's not Soltex. What is it? Groundsfest. It's Groundsfest tomorrow. It's always rained whenever I've went. I went the very first time and it was torrential. And then it was quite a nice day the next day, but I wasn't there. So anyways, yeah, right. I think it stopped raining now. I'm going to go back to it. Okay, all done. So there you go. What I have done is I've sort of, again, a bit like at the front one there, just sort of raked out the rubbish. It's quite difficult to see, isn't it? Raked out the rubbish, but then tried to put the sort of as much of the soil back as I can. As I say, it's just a rough area, so it's not going to be too precise. Then what I then did was take the machine actually and just rolled it back and forth to use the weight of the machine on the tyres there, just to try and help compress it a little bit more than possibly what my body weight could do. So yeah, so that's kind of that really. We'll probably chuck some seed down when I'm seeding the front and stuff like that, and just kind of let it be what it will be. It's obviously very shaded. I did have the neighbours not complain as such, but she was concerned that I was going to somehow chip down their trees by chipping all the roots of those trees away. I assured her that was not what I was doing. Well, hopefully they'll all stand up still. So you'll recognise this one. It's been in a few videos here and there. It's probably one of the first videos I used at the start of this kind of week in lawn care. So this is cut by a Husqvarna robot mower. So periodically when it breaks down or it gets serviced or whatever, sometimes the grass grows pretty crazy. There is irrigation. And as you'll remember, if you've watched these videos, is essentially the robots can't cut the edges. So there's sometimes I've been in and I literally have just cut the edges. I don't know what's gone on here because the grass just hasn't been cut in ages. So it's obviously broken, and it's been broken for a while, and then the grass has kicked in. Now we've had that week of rain, and now it's gone crazy long. So it is what it is. So it'll probably have to have a double cut. And yeah, but first we should get on with the trimming. Okay, so there we are, all striped up. And all striped up. My battery is so dead I can barely see what's on the screen, so hopefully you can see this because I can't. And yeah, there we go. Alright, kid, I've just got back from Groundsfest and it was shit. Actually, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Weather was great. Weather's not quite so good now. However, we are going to go out with the flail and try and persevere if possible. But the show was great. It was really busy this year. I feel like it was the same size, but there was just a lot more people and there was a lot more exhibitors there. So that just made it have that really kind of like busy feel. I do think though, when you think of Groundfest, you think of being able to demo and use machinery and stuff like that. And there were a few little areas, but I think because of the amount of people there now, those areas have really reduced in size. But it was great catching up with everybody, all the usual people you kind of chat to during the season on social media, and in some cases potentially sort of build those links to do a little bit of work with them if they're in your area. So that was good. I have got a standalone video which hopefully will be out before this, so you would have seen that hopefully, if that makes sense. But as I say, today flailing. Hopefully there'll be some gaps in the weather to get it cut. Okay, so if you remember this from I think 2 weeks ago, so this is just part of a paddock. It's all divvied up. I think there's 2 or 3 women who rent sections. So today we are literally just doing all this area here and this section here. So I started about 20 past 12. So yeah, I'll let you know how long it takes. Just because it's just bracken, I'm flying through it really as sort of I say top speed. It's I mean it's not that quick, but yeah, it's pretty good. We've had some torrential rain. It kind of keeps stopping and starting, so I'm just doing what I can. It doesn't matter if it's raining too much, but obviously there's moments where you have to take shelter. Okay, so I had planned to do this tomorrow, but I'm here. I was in the just been in the paddock back there doing it, so it just makes sense to do it. I'm not going to have time probably to do the ones I wanted to do, so rather than wasting time being on the road, I may as well just clump them all together. It's on and off rain constantly, so as I say, this area I cut once or twice a year, so I'm going to cut this down. As you can see, those leaves are beginning to change colour, and what I'll tend to do is pull them or blow them all the way across here, so it's just easier to get them through the long grass if it's shorter grass. It's very bumpy, it's very lumpy, lots of rabbit holes in there, so it's a bit of a slow process, only because of the rabbit holes really, that I don't want to twist my ankle, but essentially it doesn't take that long to smash it down. So it'll be this section here, I'll try and go into that area as much as I can, and then right over by the front gate, I'll show you that bit in a minute. That's just really high nettles and brambles and just all kinds of saplings and things, so that should be quite a enjoyable smash down. Okay, so that's literally a couple of minutes just to smash all that down. The great things about this is when you want to fill it up, it's very awkward because there's just stuff in the way, but all you do is lift this lever and swing the handle to the side or to the other side, whichever you prefer. So basically when you're going up against something, up against a fence line, or there's the hedge line, it's things are coming over, you can just stand to the side and not get whacked in the face, but also access the petrol. Okay, and here we are back here for our annual cut. I actually did it in January this year, which should have been last year's, but it got done in January, and that was with the 65 centimetre flail mower. This is the 85, so I've taken note of what time I start, and we'll see if the extra 20 centimetres, how much difference that makes. Okay, so all done. So that is an hour and a half essentially to do all the areas. It's a little bit sort of intricate in and around all those little bushes and shrubs over there, but yeah, I can't remember how long it took me in January when I did it with a smaller mower, so I'll have to find that out in a minute, but I should have that information. So what you can see up here is lots of chains which are going to fly around really fast and just smash anything in its way. So something of this size obviously is going to do the long grass, it will do saplings, any kind of wood that's down which is rotten, it should be able to blast through that no problems. It's not quite at tree stump level, but it certainly is going to make a really good job of this. You just need to watch out for the deer, mind you. Okay, for some reason there was no sound, but essentially I was saying that this took about 25 minutes, including unloading the van, and it's about 150 square meters in total. I think it's Thursday, so it's obviously a little bit different this morning. Just finishing off with the flail. So yeah, we're on a usual Thursday lawn, and at this is the famous clover lawn. So there's no products here, and it has greened right up, and yeah, pretty good. I cut side to side, so you obviously the stripe's not really standing out too much, plus the sun I think's over there, so never makes for a great photo or whatever, but yeah, lush green, that's kind of the name of the game, right? Okay, so Friday, so I've done the first one. Yesterday was going well, and then as I went to the last one, it was biblical rain. So I just, and it's near the container, so I went back to the container, did a few things, and then the sun came out, and I was like, oh, here we go, and it rained again. So I didn't get to the last lawn. So today it's beginning to green up, as you can see, quite a lot. And you can also see it's rain. I've just jumped inside the van just to have a quick coffee while the rain passes over. So up against it today, I'm on drop-offs and pickups. So the plan is to try and just smash these 3 out. I'd say I'm halfway through the day already, which is kind of good, but I want to try and get to that Thursday lawn and get that cut, because on Monday, weather permitting, we'll be there for the front lawn care side of things. So and yeah, potentially a very busy day on Monday too. So yeah, not too much filming today. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed the Groundsfest video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. And right, well, I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.